Hello, hello. Welcome into Monday. This is the 17th of November. The year is going fast. I am Ceree, and I've got Ron with me. Hello, Ron.
Hi, how you doing, Ceree?
I'm doing great. We are from Lighthouse Tapestry, and we are your hosts for Monday's message, or what we call the daily thread. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. We do daily content of all types, and we would love to have you look at our collection of daily videos. We do a weekly astrology forecast that Dawn publishes on Sunday. We also do daily readings, and we also have a channeled message from one of our renowned channelers, Betsy Morgan. So we hope that you will join us. A couple of announcements, and then Ron and I are going to dive into Monday's message. We do have a live this Wednesday, the 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do discuss astrology, the energy, and we also pull cards for individual viewers. So we'll hope you will join us. This Thursday, the 20th, the next night, we will have our new moon ritual at 8 p.m. again, Eastern Standard Time. And we will have links for both. And you can find that on the channel. And please join us and participate because they're a lot of fun. We have fun together and it's great energy. Ron, do you want to talk just a little bit about the website, just as a reminder for the viewers?
Yeah, the thing is that while Wednesday nights are wonderful, we get to share with people, but we only get to do like a short reading, a tarot reading or a rune reading. It doesn't really address some of the people I notice are asking for more, for more information. So that's why I want to mention the website, in that the fact that we have yourself, of course, which is an Akashic reader, and then I do rooms, and then we have, as you say, Betsy is a master channel. We have mediums, we have tarot readers, and what else?
Astrology. Dawn with astrology.
That's right. I forgot. So
yeah.
all those,
and a variety of courses.
all those modalities being in one location and everyone there is a master is highly recommended if you have any kind of issues that need more than just a couple of minutes of conversation. It's a great place to go and find someone that can help you or answer the questions that you may have.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have just posted, we've announced an Akashic Records Mastery course, which the registration opened on the 15th. So if you want to join us, it's a small group, so the space is going to be pretty limited.
Well, but we'll start that.
Yeah, we'll be doing that starting January the 11th. But you can look on the website. We've got current offerings of courses from astrology to empowerment. Akashic Records are coming. And then Wendy's actually going to be teaching a tarot course for those who want to learn the art of tarot. And that will be in January as well. She'll be starting on January the 8th. So with that, let's get started. And Ron, why don't you start us off?
Okay, very good. So for the collective, I pulled, recall we do 3 runes. We do the overview of the situation, the challenge that the collective has, and then the action to be taken. I remind you again that I use the Book of Runes by Ralph Bloom, channeled material. So the rune that I pulled, as I mentioned, is called Constraint. And I'm going to pull it up so you can see what it looks like. This is the one for straight. The necessity of learning to deal with severe constraint is the lesson of this rune. This rune represents the obstacles we create for ourselves as well as those we encounter in the world around us. Both can be equally difficult to handle. And of course, I know you all know that we're going through some very energetic times right now. The role of this rune is to identify our shadow, our dark or repressed side, places where growth has been stunted, resulting in a weakness that are often projected onto others. In italics, it says, "Don't take this world personally." This rune is saying, work with the shadow, examine what is in your nature that attracts hardship or misfortune in your life. When at last you can look upon the rune of constraint with a smile, you will recognize the troubles, denials, and setbacks of life as your teachers, guides, and allies. So again, remember who you are. You're here to experience and love the lessons you're getting. and to grow. So the need for restraint is unquestionable here. Drawing this rune indicates that there may well be holdups and reasons to reconsider your plans carefully. Clearly, there's work to be done on yourself, and take it on with good humor and show perseverance. So that is the rune of constraint. Again, I pulled it multiple times in the last month. I think it fits well with what's going on in the collective.
Yep. Well, and many of our readers have been pulling the Tower card. And for those of you who don't know the Tower, let's see. Well, I put it back in the deck. Ron and I were talking about it. But basically, it's when the universe brings something out of nowhere, either to get you back on your path or maybe to remove an obstacle or a relationship or something that was not really meant for you. So that energy has been coming through, and oftentimes there are things that happen out of nowhere. So sudden changes or shocks or surprises. So Ron, you've also talked about the runes are really for spiritual warriors. And can you speak just a little bit about the context of spiritual warriorship? Because I think that's really important as you were talking about restraint and challenges, the ability to see things from a higher perspective.
Well, there are tens of millions, if not more, spiritual warriors that are coming to the planet or have come to the planet because we're going through this ascension, right? And runes are oracle for the spiritual warriors to kind of like sort through things that they are encountering. And spiritual warriors, like I said, remember, we're here to help Mother Earth and to help our mankind evolve. So what else can I say about that? I mean,
well, and I think it's great that you can give that context, because what you've said is, this is really a play that we've chosen the life lessons or the things that we wanted to master. And for those of you, oh, wow, I just got like this ringing in my left ear. That's usually when I'm getting messages, but the lessons that we've chosen can be very challenging and very difficult. And for those of you who have been struggling, and I know many of us have, there have been a lot of things going on in changes and endings in relationships. There have been soul contracts ending with best friends, with siblings, partners, marriages. And I think it's a sign, and they tell me in the Akashic records, and I read in the Akash every day, and a high level soul mastery often is akin to you've chosen a challenging life in terms of life experiences. So my rune to pull is the second area, which is the challenge of this week, okay, in the current energy. And this is the joy or the light rune, and it's called Wunjo in, I guess, Norse. That's the language. But I pulled it reversed, okay, and I'm going to read this to you. It says, things are slow in coming to fruition. The process of birth is long and arduous, and fears arise for the safety of the child within. A crisis, a difficult passage, an event, even if brief, is at hand. So this would be like a tower moment, might be coming in the energy. Consideration and deliberation are called for. Ask yourself whether you possess the virtues of seriousness, sincerity, or emptiness. To possess them is to have tranquility, which is the ground for patience, clarity, and, as you said, perseverance. Seen in its true light, everything is a test. And so, focused in the present, sincerity towards others, and trusting in yourself, know that you will not fail. So, this rune is really about, when it's upright, is around the ability to be in the flow and experience joy. But reversed, it's saying we're clearing out the old. And so if you're going through a tough time right now, you're clearing out some old energies, belief system, ways of being. Just continue to clear it out and be okay with it, because on the other side of this will allow it to go right side up, where you're going to be in the flow of experiencing a lot of joy. But know, for the collective right now, it's rough energy. You will be okay. But it's okay that you might not feel joy or that you feel stuck, but you're clearing out. So remember, just let it come to the surface, honor the emotion, honor whatever it is, and let it go.
That's great. Yeah. Just to follow on about the warrior, the spiritual warriors. If you're familiar with Dolores Cannon, she has defined Earth as one of the most difficult and dense planets in the entire existence of the universe. And so only the courageous spiritual warriors come to this planet, okay, to do what we need to do. So as Ceree is saying, when you are running into some difficulties and things like that, you signed up for it, and you're here to defeat it and help the evolution of the planet. Now, I pulled a third rune, and the rune that I pulled is flow. All right. And this, again, fits right in with what we're talking about. A very positive rune, in my opinion. The unseen powers are active here. Powers that nourish, shape, and connect. The attributes of this rune are water, fluidity, and the ebb and flow of emotions, careers, and relationships. This rune encourages you to immerse yourself in the experience of living without having to evaluate or understand. It's leap off the cliff with your eyes wide open and you're screaming as you go. It's into the void. It speaks to the satisfaction of emotional needs, to the awakening of the intuitive or lunar side of your nature. For while the sun strives for differentiation, the moon draws us towards the union of merging. This rune often signals a time for cleansing, for reevaluating, reorganizing, and realigning. A rune of deep knowing. It may call you to study spiritual matters in readiness for the self-transformation. Remember what we're here for. We're transforming. Success now lies in contacting your intuitive wisdom and attuning to your own rhythms. A rune of the self relating rightly to the self, small s to big S. This rune signifies what the acclamists call the conjunction or conjuncto or sacred marriage. In fairy tales, it is the end where the hero and heroine live happily ever after. So a wonderful rune, and that's our action. We're here to engage, not to avoid.
That's great. And so to end, I pull a couple of cards. And so I pulled from the Archangel deck, and I pulled this Archangel Lavender. And this is focusing on preparing for soul healing or allowing soul healing. And the key word here is forgive and release everyone. And she is associated with the soul star chakra about 2 feet above our head. And it says, when you choose this card, it indicates you are ready to bring back the gifts and talents and wisdom that you've earned on your soul's journey. In order to do so, forgive everyone and everything that has hurt you in this life and or any other. Now, saying that is one thing, doing it is another. And I know for many of us, and I'll point the finger at me, forgiveness is sometimes really hard because oftentimes you don't get the chance to see the other person or talk to them, especially if someone's ghosted you or maybe they've passed on and they're across the veil. But this archangel is very powerful, and you can call upon her to help you let go and forgive anytime or a person who may have hurt you or harmed you in this lifetime, and set some intention. So for the week, our opportunity is to focus on forgiveness and release, because it really is for our benefit. It's not for theirs. It's for our benefit and our soul's growth. But again, saying it and doing it are two different things. And the last reminder card, and this is a beautiful deck called the Oracle of the Veil. And I pulled the card. It's called Divinity Within. Okay. And this is just a reminder for all of us. When this card is pulled, is it encouraging you to find your divine self within in all the roles that you take on in your life, whether it be as family member, as employee, as friend, as teacher. And this is an opportunity to remember who we truly are, that we have the divine spark within. We are divine, and the divinity is within each of us. The sun, the moon, and the stars have an aura of divinity to them. We know they're magical and special, and this card encourages us to find that within ourselves, that magic, that divine spark. And the thought for this week is it's encouraging you to blend that inner and outer joy for the journey within the labyrinth, bringing the divine light within us, within ourselves, and within a situation for others. So sometimes, and I was doing a reading last night with someone, I won't give their name, and she was asking about a relationship that had not worked out with someone that she was wanting to be involved with. And the way that the Akashic Records keepers described it was, you are a Maserati and this person is a Chevrolet. And so a Maserati is going to go 150 miles down the Autobahn when the Chevrolet can only go about 50. And your frequencies are so different and so separate that the Chevrolet is never going to be able to catch up to the Maserati. And you are a Maserati, and part of your journey is to accept the divinity of who you are. And the question that they asked her was, if you're the Maserati, are you leveling up to meet the Formula One race car? So we'll leave that thought with you. Again, the divineness is within you, and you have that power, but part of you also has to recognize and own your awesomeness. So those are the message. Anything else, Brian, for this?
Yeah, can I add just one thing? You were
Absolutely.
talking about forgiveness. And so this is something that may help everyone understand, okay, why they're here and what they're doing. Forgiveness, remember, we're in a movie. The people that you need to forgive are playing their part. And if they're aggravating you and causing you lots of pain and agony, maybe they're doing an Oscar performance. So just recognize that we are all divine source, everything that exists, and look at it that way, that they're playing their part.
And with that, we will let you go, and we will see you Wednesday evening again. So glad to be with you, and we're so grateful for your support. And like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you again Wednesday evening. Take care.
Okay, look forward to it. Take care.